Hello everyone, my name's Krimcha and welcome to my channel. So today I'm just going to be showing you how I like to do my makeup on the weekends. So starting with my primer, I'm using the Maybelline Face Studio Hydrating Primer. It is quite cheap. I believe I got it at Kmart or Cosmetic Direct, I think it's called. I was just feeling a little bit dry today, so I like to use that one. Next, moving on to my foundation, we've got the Fenty 210 Pro Filter Soft Matte Longwear Foundation. I do like to add some lightning drops with this one. When you do add the lightning drops, I do find that it breaks the coverage a little bit, so I don't like to use it when I am going for a full coverage longwear day. I just make do and try and match the colour a little bit more with lighter powders over the top. I do find with the Fenty that it does oxidize and dry quite quickly onto the skin, so I don't like to put as much on my skin to start off with. I just do it in sections, as you can see. I am going over my eyes a little bit more than I normally would, just because I have some staining from yesterday. My eyes did not want to wash off that purple eyeshadow. So all I do is just dump a couple of drops onto my beauty blender and then a few of the lightning drops over the top and just hope it blends the best onto my skin. And I do like to bring it all the way down my neck. Sometimes I do the whole double chin tilt to the floor just to see that I've gotten underneath my jawline properly. I did not do that today. I am just going to be hanging around the house, so I don't think my partner's going to mind too much if I've got my makeup lines. I just like to do my makeup on the weekends. I think most people would understand it's a bit of a break. See, as you can still see my freckles under my eyes and my blemish over my eyebrow. Fenty is normally pretty good coverage. It's just because of those lightning drops I find. Without that, you can barely see anything on my face. So next, moving on to concealer, and we're using the Instant Age Rewind Eraser in colour 120 Light. I have been using this for a little while. It's from Maybelline. They've done a repackage and it took me ages to find it again in the store. I just find that with the sponge, it's so much easier to apply. You can just get it directly where you need it to go rather than applying a few drops to a beauty blender and getting in there. So again, just going over my eye, trying to cover my stain. I have a weird habit of flipping my hair. I'm sorry. I have no idea why I do it. It's just my body going, you need to put your hair up. So next I'm just going to put some translucent powder underneath my eyes. This is from Jeffree Star. I didn't like it when I first started using this product, I will be honest. I just found it very light and fluttery, so it would get in my nose. It took me a little while to get the hang of working with it, but I do love it. I mainly just put it in some troublesome areas that I get oily or that I want extra light, and under my eyes just to catch any fallout from when I do my eyeshadow. Sometimes I don't do this step. It really does depend on the day and the mood I'm in. Sometimes I just like to get in and get out. So moving on to my eyeshadow, I'm going to go in with Royal Pain first. And I am just dipping this through my crease and just going back and forth to get a deep, dark blend. I was starting off my day wanting to do a red smoky eye, but as I think most of us would know, when you go to open up a palette, you may not go with what you originally thought. I just seen Royal Pain and I was like, you're screaming at me. So again, just working it into my crease, going back and forth. It did take me a while to get used to doing this. I used to be one of those people who would just slap it on wherever or never wear eyeshadow because I was scared. But you know what? It doesn't matter if I get it wrong as to other people's standards, as long as I think I look good. My beauty mirror likes to turn off the light sometimes. So next I am going in with Bleeding Heart. I did want some of that red in there. I could not go out for the day, or as I said, sit at home without my red. So this one I am still going into my crease with it. I'm just not going as high up the eye, and I am bringing it closer to the eyeball as well. And I gotta say, this shade here, depending on the vibe I'm going for, I'm either absolutely amazed with how it sits or greatly disappointed. Today I was very pleasantly surprised, but if I had gone for that red smoky eye look like I wanted and used this shade, I think I would have been disappointed. It just was not giving me that deep dark red that I wanted. Instead, it gave me a very light shimmery red. I could have sat there and gone back over, but really wasn't planning on doing that today. So next, I'm just going in closer to my eyelid just to create a little bit of shade. And this is with shade, I believe it was Marrakesh. No, I'm reading the wrong panel, sorry. Shisha Smoke. And as you can see, my partner just came in. He wanted to see if I needed the vacuum. No, I did not, but thank you. And I'm being very careful not to go too far towards my crease with this colour because it will ruin that pinky red effect that I had going on. Pretty much just covering any of the blank skin that I had left. Never realised how many faces I pulled doing my makeup until I watched this. And I was being cautious and mindful of that while I was recording. So now I'm just going in with shade Mirage. I was contemplating using the brush, but I do find that using your finger for those types of shades, just anything with a high glitter content, works out better with your finger. Absolutely. I find that you can get better consistency on your skin and you can get it exactly where you need it to go. I always find with the brush, I go too far where I don't want it to go. So now I'm just going to sweep off some of that translucent powder. Ready to finish off the rest of my face. Now I do find that depending on the base that you have, this translucent powder does stick to your skin a little bit. As you can see, I just had to go back over. But it's an easy fix. So moving on to bronzer. Now this one here I actually got as a beauty product in a Bella box, which is just a beauty subscription box. I get that once a month. And I basically just use it along my cheeks just to warm them up, which is just something I started doing recently, but I find it does make my cheekbones pop a little bit more when I go into contour properly. And then just a little bit on my forehead as well. Next, my contour kit, which is the AC On Tour by Australis. Now, this is something I have been using since I believe I was 14. I have not branched out and made new friends in the contour world. I may need to. Basically, I just go in with the lightest contouring shade and just go underneath where I put the bronzer, under my jawline. I do normally do my nose as well, but I forgot to do that in this video. And then something I've also recently started doing is using the Fresh and Flawless, also by Australis. Now this is just a foundation powder, but I find that it works better in lightening and helping the contour come out than the light shades in a contour palette. So I just go underneath my eye area, in between my contour zones, and a little bit of extra where I've put the translucent powder from before. Next, moving on to blush. Now this again is something I don't tend to do every time I do my makeup. I tend to shy away from blush. Just find that my cheeks, how they sit, it brings out the wrong angles. So I just put a tiny bit over the edges of the bronzer and bring it up my cheekbone. Now if I didn't mention, that is the Maybelline Fit Me in... it says shade 15. And then the highlighter I'm using today is the Models Prefer highlighter, Fame and Fortune. This one has seen better days. When I first started using it, it was absolutely blinding, but obviously a lot more highlighter products have come out since that one was released. It is a bit older. I do still love it though. So for my eyebrows, I just grab a brush and brush them through. I do tend to change up my eyebrows, again, depending on my mood. Today I went with the Ulta 3. This one's something I've been going with for a little while now. I do find that you need to be quite light with your hands using this product. It's just because it is a gel, it does run a little bit, if that makes sense. It'll get stuck like eyebrow dye does, and then you'll end up with big dark clunks of the product. So I just put a couple of dabs in and then run back over with the brush just to thin it out, and it just attaches to any of those stragglers and fills in the gaps nicely. I am lucky that I do have dark, thicker eyebrows anyway, so when I do shape them, I only tend to have a few little gaps that I need filling. So we're setting it all. We use the Morphe continuous spray. I have a few different setting sprays that I do like, but this one is a nice light breeze, and then I of course have my fan to blow it out. I do find that that setting spray leaves me less oily at the end of the day as well. Mascara, I've got them, again, Maybelline, the Falsies Push Up Angel. This one here, I find it does not clump your eyebrows as much, and it does separate them, which is something I absolutely love with mascara. I don't really have too many different types of mascaras at the moment, but sometimes I double up that one with the next one I'm about to show you, and I'm just going to be using this one on my lower lashes. It's the Wonderful by Rimmel London. I either always get Maybelline or Rimmel when I get mascara. I mainly go off packaging, but I don't know if that's bad. And then I'm going in with Jeffree Star Androgyny. androgyny for my lips. I absolutely love this colour. I got all my minis in the bundle and I think that one is got the least product left in it, so I'm definitely going to have to buy the full size product of that one. And I'm just tidying up my lines, making sure I didn't get any on the sides of my face, which I am known for. And that is my look for the day. Thank you so much for watching, and here is a close-up. If you have anything that you'd like to see me do or any questions, please comment down below. Thank you.